So you should count every 1 million. And Indonesia, 15,400 people rounded up.
Per 1 million.
Yeah, that's not so bad given the population there. They have a lot of people sitting around at home eating yummy food, which I can never do. But Hungary, they only have 10 million people. And
Per million, how many?
109,000.
Versus 15,000, which explains like how bad the situation is. Ayo Patre dan Maad. Hi Maad.
Hello. It's been a while since we've gotten together in front of the camera, ready to spit straight facts.
Didn't you have your birthday?
Oh yeah, I did have it earlier this month, but even if I turned into a teenager then, it wasn't a very good birthday.
Why? What's wrong?
So, just before my birthday, on the very last day of October, my school hosted this huge Halloween festivities where everybody would crowd around together with masks, just no social distancing. We don't do that here in Europe.
Did you join?
I only joined the first half because that part was mandatory.
Oh, okay.
But the second half, I just left for home because that takes place until 7 p.m. In which case I would arrive home at 9 p.m. when I sleep. So anyways, during the Halloween party first half, there was an event during lunchtime where everybody crowded around to buy cookies. They could eat it and...
But then you can't wear masks if you eat cookies.
Yeah, that's the problem.
And is it inside the building or
inside the building?
All right.
The following week, a lot of them were away from school. They were suspected to have COVID. And one of those people who didn't participate yet still was suspected was me.
You got sick too,
Yup.
I remember.
I got sick only 2 days before my birthday, and to top it all off,
And it's similar symptoms like COVID.
yeah, it was on my birthday. However, I got a PCR test, and they confirmed that it was not the coronavirus. It was just that I tumbled around a bit too much in my sleep, and as a result, I caught a bit of a cold.
Maybe because it's too cold at school.
Yeah, they always open up the windows and they say that's about as safe as every single safety measure, but
Why do they open the windows? Because it's so cold.
ventilation, so that you can breathe in your mask. So
Oh, I see. Because like they said,
and plus it's an open space out there. So like if you cough, it just gets sucked out
Right.
into the great beyond.
theoretically, it's safer to be in open space rather than in closed room for
But it
COVID.
depends on the circumstances. If there's like a huge festival happening there, of course everybody's gonna crowd around, masks or not, and that's gonna result in a few thousand more cases.
So in general, have you heard about the situation in Europe? Like we're having another wave of COVID?
Oh yes, I have. Inevitably. I heard recently that we got like more than 12,000 cases.
Record high for Hungary, right?
Record high.
But you know, that's not so bad. Indonesian record was like 56,000 in a day.
You see, the problem is, us Hungarians, we only have 10 million people in the country. Whereas in Indonesia, they have like 250 million peeps. If you have a country that has like 1 million people, then
1,000 is a lot.
yeah, 10,000 even. That's already super disastrous. That's something they should really be avoiding. So you should count every 1 million. And Indonesia, 15,400 people rounded up.
per
That's-
1 million.
Yeah, that's not so bad given the population there. They have a lot of people sitting around at home eating yummy food, which I can never do. But Hungary, they only have 10 million people and
Per million, how many?
109,000.
Versus 15,000, which explains like how bad the situation is. And how about the measures?
Virtually none. I'm serious. Nobody wears masks. Nobody does social distancing. No safety measures. This is the scale where we would probably have to undergo quarantine from 2020.
A few countries in Europe now have started to do lockdown again. They have
Yeah,
become
but
stricter.
Hungary is lagging behind.
They do. They introduce like mask mandate on Saturday, I think 20th of November, but only in closed areas. Even then, not everywhere.
That's
like
the
shops.
problem.
Yeah.
Some open areas, if they're really populous, like lots of people squeezing around to buy Christmas gingerbread cookies or whatever, then
It is
that
possible.
becomes a closed area. In that case, people need to wear masks, but nobody does, and even then, vaccines aren't mandatory. And I know this is kind of gonna anger a few anti-vaxxers out there, but like, we need to start taking vaccines.
Although it's not 100% guaranteed.
It's not 100% guaranteed, but it's probably 90% guaranteed.
That's also strange because Europe has plenty of supplies of vaccines.
Yes,
But
but
people
not enough,
choose
not
not
enough
to.
people are taking them.
Yes.
That's the problem.
So people choose not to take vaccines. Either they don't believe or I don't know, they are skeptical.
Some extenuating circumstances preventing them.
They are afraid of the long-term effect.
The long-term effect is that you get protection from the virus.
And it's not even that long-term because after 6 months,
You're gonna
you
have to take another boost.
I
Ha!
did. I did. I got my 3rd booster.
And you're feeling great. The muscle pain, it's a sign. It's a sign that the vaccine is working. It's a
Right.
sign that you're gaining strength.
What do you think about people who said that you're injecting virus into your own body? That's
The
dangerous.
good part, though. Like, they're technically injecting maybe a part of the virus, maybe a dead virus. Either way, they're training the immune system. So, like, the faker virus, it's going to come in your body, and your immune system is going to be like, oh, a fake virus. Now, let's treat this like the COVID virus. And then they eliminate it, and then from there, the immune system learns. It adapts to the virus.
EU has accepted that kids below 11, 5 to 11 will be vaccinated too.
Yes!
The problem is it's not mandatory.
That's the problem!
So people can still choose whether they want to get vaccinated or not.
They need to commit an Asian thing. Where like, oh, do you want to go out? Maybe have Pfizer. Oh, do you want to meet your friends? Get the vaccine. Oh, you want to go to school? Oi, get the vaccine. Why don't you?
Yeah. In Asia, it works like that. Even
All
in
they're
Indonesia.
doing instead is giving money to people who are getting vaccinated.
Who did that?
America,
Oh,
the land of freedom.
They give incentive to
Yeah.
people to get vaccinated. Yeah, the government can give either stick or carrot. Is it carrot? You know that saying?
Stick or carrot.
Yeah.
Or carrot on a stick. That would be the ideal reality. Stick is the ideal for dealing with virtually everyone.
They will listen to stick.
They will listen to stick. I am a certified master's degree psychologist. I know what's good for you guys. Get Pfizer now.
In Europe and USA, I think the problem is that people respect human rights too much. Like, this is their right not to get vaccinated. Did you know that actually in the whole world, only Austria has given vaccine mandate? That was a few days ago. Now Austria is in full lockdown because they have too many cases. Of course, again, too many is not as many as USA or as UK because they don't have a lot of population.
That many people.
7 or 8
So they
million.
really need to take it seriously.
Yes. Well, I think in general it's common sense. If you are in public places, you need to protect others too, not just yourself.
Protect the others around you now.
And how do you protect them? By wearing
30-day
masks.
money back guarantee.
Luckily, I can work from home. Your daddy can work from home. The
And
problem is just you.
I can't.
And again, a common problem in Europe. I'm gonna show you
Human
something.
rights and stuff. We have the right to be free. You know what other right we have? Is the right, maybe even the responsibility of being safe.
This is from WHO Europe.
If and when restrictions are imposed to decrease or control transmission, schools should be the last place to shut their doors and the first to reopen. What is wrong with you guys? They have children. They have cute little young ones. If you saw a cute little face of a 4-year-old, why would you want them to get sick?
I agree.
Protect everybody, not just yourself, everybody.
I agree.
Oh my God.
So this is the message in the whole Europe. Like, schools must be open. That's why your school stays open too. They said it was very bad for students that they had to miss school last year. But how long did they miss school last year? It wasn't that long.
For like 3 months.
Was it 3 months?
Yeah, and then, but I spent like a year out of school.
And were you okay?
Yup. I like that, not only because it gives you COVID safe stance, but also because it's fun. Like, you use the computer, of course. You can run simulations of bouncy little rubber balls bouncing around for physics class or whatever. In-person learning is also more tiring because all of my classes, the classrooms, they're all distributed in different sides of the school. So whenever I want to get from literature to drama, I have to walk to the other side of the building and back.
To be fair, I think some kids do like in-person learning
So
more.
here's where we get to the gray area. Hybrid learning.
Hybrid learning.
That it should be optional to go to distance learning. So like parents can choose. Do they want to send their kids into the great beyond, or do they leave their kids at home so that they can get a cyber diploma instead?
That's interesting. For you, it worked well last year.
Yeah.
Austria is having full lockdown.
Except schools.
Exactly. Why is it full lockdown then? In Indonesia, they closed schools for how many? 2 years, I think, since you were in 5th grade. I think they just reopened recently because cases have gone down so much. Yeah, so if you closed it earlier, properly, you did proper measures, we wouldn't have come to this situation right now. Don't you agree?
Yeah. Schools shouldn't close. They should just give us a choice. So like we can go to distance learning or in-person learning. That depends. That should be based on how the family combats the pandemic.
But then some people also said this virus will stay for us forever.
Yeah,
Do you want to live at home forever?
Yes, because that means the virus won't stay forever. So if we put in more safety measures, maybe that will never come true.
Because
Who
the
knows?
virus will go extinct.
Yes, and we might reach herd immunity, so like muscle, or we might all be vaccinated, wearing masks and social distancing, and then we would basically have some force field that repels the virus or whatever, I don't know. I don't think we're even doing the PCR test thing.
No.
And tracing. Tracing is hindered because of GDPR.
Somebody asked me because they know that we always stay at home these days. So why don't you go out? If you wear mask, you should be safe.
Nothing is 100% guaranteed from staying away from the COVID virus. So maybe just don't take any chances and stay at home if you can.
If you can. But you know there are people who have to work outside.
Then okay, if it's really, really needed, like if it's beyond your control, then do it. But if it's in your control, if you're thinking about going for a leisurely walk down the streets, don't.
Yeah, I do agree. Like in Indonesia, when they had lockdown, many people protested because they had to sell bakso on the street, for example.
Oh,
like that kind of thing.
I could see that being a bit of a problem.
So otherwise they wouldn't have food on the table. So they had to do it. So it's really, really difficult when you enforce lockdown to them. Well, here what I see, many people, not in Hungary, but in other countries in Europe, in Belgium, in Netherlands, thousands and thousands of people went outside to protest,
or
demonstrate,
or to dance around during a festival,
to protest the lockdown, to protest the COVID measures. So we don't see tukang bakso here. So mostly they protest because of
they
human
want to have
rights.
fun. They want to have fun and go to club or whatever.
It hinders them from doing whatever they want.
Yeah,
that's very
bad. But they are the problem, because then, regardless of the lockdown state, they're crowding around and completely smacking any safety measures out of existence. And that plays a very bad example onto the other citizens, because then they will think, oh, look at them. They're in one space together. Then I guess it's allowed, and then they'll do it as well. And then the cases will just skyrocket, hitting the roof repeatedly, like some kid who doesn't know how to use a jetpack.
So many governments just encourage people to get vaccinated, to wear masks, but they don't enforce. It is tough.
And it's tough because of those people. Those people who think not wearing a mask is already safe enough.
And you were wearing a mask when you got infected.
I was, and I still got infected because of somebody who took off their mask, coughed at me, and then put it back on. Then what's the point of the mask?
Mask is not properly fitted to your skin, right?
That happens to me actually.
Yeah, too big.
I used to have an N95 mask that fit very well, and then they sold out. And now I have to wear masks that are completely loose. So now I have to depend on these people who take off their masks to spread the virus to me, to the innocent 7th grader who just wants to go home and end all of his suffering already by taking a nap upstairs in his room and maybe having a dream about chocolate.
This video sounds so gloomy.
It is.
It is gloomy.
We should probably end it before it gets even gloomier. Or lighten the mood.
Yeah.
Oh, imagine if we had a sponsorship ad. That would be useful for lightening the mood.
Oh my gosh, your t-shirt is "You Are My Universe." You are my universe.
It foreshadowed BTS. BTS.
It's older than that song.
Let's nickname this shirt as "You Are My Universe" before it was cool. I could rant for hours and hours about this.
I think Hungary is still in top 10 for the most COVID death per 1 million in the world now.
And death specifically, not just cases, but people who passed away.
Exactly. I think this is what we need to pay attention. Okay, maybe you healthy people can recover from the sickness, but
they can't.
Yeah.
The elderly, those who are immunocompromised, I don't even know what that means, or people who just don't know how to navigate the world in this state, they are especially the ones who are at risk from the virus.
To protect them, yeah. Okay, Matt, thank you for joining us today. It's a gloomy video, but well, actually every day we are happy at home because we are only at home.
And we're too occupied by other things. And if you viewers are feeling sad, here's your time to feel mesmerized by looking at this cool remote or whatever.
Yeah, well, we are just doing whatever we can, right?
Yeah.
Actually, if people who don't need to go out stay at home, and then people who need to go out, they will be more protected.
Yes.
Because there are not that many people who will infect them outside.
Just wear your masks. Just wash your hands every now and then. Maybe get Pfizer, the best vaccine in my opinion. And you'll be strong. Your muscles will be explosive.
Product placement.